Hi, everybody. So, I was planning on, my hair is really loose. So, I was planning on making the video that I said I was going to make about why I wear a wig, like the more detailed version. So my plan was, since that's going to be a little bit longer video, and I'm most likely going to get a little bit, I'm probably going to get distracted and possibly ramble, say stuff like that a lot. And so I was like, you know, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to record it with the camera. That way I can take it into the editing program and I can try to edit all of that stuff out to where it's all uniformed and there's no lags in what I'm saying and stuff like that. And also, if there comes a point to where the kids are getting a little bit too crazy, I can always edit that out. Now, I know that with me doing it on my phone, I know I can press the pause button, but I can only have it pause for so long before the video will actually just cut off entirely. Like, it will just turn off. And also, I mean, and I know that I could stop the video, but for me to do that, I have to splice all of those together using an app on my phone. And if I had to do that too many times, it's going to take me forever. So it would be better for me to do it on the computer, and if I have to stop recording, I can splicing all of that stuff. So I was going to do that today. So I went and I got my camera out, and it wouldn't turn on. I could not get it to turn on for nothing. I tried plugging, because you know I have the camera and then I have the little stick that also turns into a tripod. Well, it also charges. It wouldn't charge. Like, I plugged it in and it wouldn't do nothing. So I have sent in a support request to GoPro to see if they can help me figure out why my camera's not turning on, why it's not charging. Because I've had it plugged in for a little bit now, and it's still, like, the little red light is not coming on that lets me know that it's actually charging. So I'm not sure what's going on. I took it out of its case, the camera out of its case. I took the battery out, I took the SIM card, like, I did all of the things that I could think of. I don't know. I mean, it's been a while since I've used it, because I've just been doing smaller, so-called smaller videos with my phone. And, you know, just with everything being really crazy right now, it's really hard for me to be able to sit down and edit a bunch of videos. But I am going to try to start making time for that. On days like today, both kids are grumpy, so they have been separated all day long. Caleb is still in the room. He has his movies on. And then little Miss Pris is over here. She is playing with her little baby on the couch. And so, like, I mean, and it's like going on like 2 o'clock. And they're separated. They really don't want to have nothing to do with each other. So that's why...
The TV now round for me, please.
You don't need the remote.
No, can you move the TV to me?
I will in just a minute. Give Mama just a minute and I will, okay?
It says May 7.
Okay.
It says May 7 on count.
Okay, I see that. So, like, today would have been the perfect time to kind of be able to do that. But my camera won't turn on. My camera will not turn on, which is very, very annoying. So now I really don't know when I will be able to do that video. I don't know if I'm going to go grocery shopping tomorrow or not. I really do not know. I don't know if we'll just wait and do it Saturday, considering I have to go by my mom Saturday to feed the dog. So, I mean, sis, don't start. Yes, baby. You love Anna? I know you do.
Yep. I'm really growing up.
I know she's really grown up. I know. So, like, I mean, if Aline wants to, then that's probably what we'll do. But if Aline is kind of like, I really don't, just go feed the dog by yourself, then I will have to do the shopping tomorrow. And on top of doing the laundry. Or at least part of the laundry. We've been having some issues out of one of the washers. And I think one of the dryers. At our little laundromat here. That's on the property. Because people are overfilling it. And stopping it in mid-cycle. And so it's like, this is like the second time that, since we've been here, this is the second time that one of the washers has been broken because people overfill it and burn up the motor. Or they mess up the motor by stopping it in mid-cycle. Why do you need to stop it in mid-cycle? Like, it really doesn't make sense, but it's whatever. A lot of people do not take care of this stuff. Like, she's been nice enough to have this for people to use, and people, they're like, ooh, okay, well, it's not mine, I can just do whatever. And like, other people come in here that are people that come in that are here temporarily, they come in and they kind of destroy her stuff. Because it's not theirs. They don't care. They just gonna treat it however which way. And so, but, anywho, so, it's gonna take longer for us to do the laundry. So, tomorrow I need to try to do the clothes, like just like our everyday clothes, and get that washed and dried. And then maybe Saturday afternoon, after we do all of our errands or whatever it is that we're going to do Saturday, that is when we will do like his uniforms. I'm not going to do his uniforms on a Friday because he's not home. He won't have all of his uniforms because, well, he's technically wearing one. So no matter what, uniforms gets done on Saturdays. And so, if I don't go grocery shopping, I might be able to do the video Friday morning, or tomorrow morning, and then do the clothes a little bit later on. If not, and if I have to do the grocery shopping tomorrow, then it will probably be most likely sometime next week before I have a chance to do it. Because I really can't make that video with everyone here. You know, separating the kids, she's watching her own little show in here. Caleb is in his room. And you know, with Aline here, he's going to want to be watching his stuff, and his stuff can be kind of loud. The videos and stuff that he watches can be loud. So, And then of course, if I'm saying something, he sometimes likes to interrupt me and say, oh, don't say it that way, or why are you doing that? And I'm like, and then I get like all sidetracked, and I'm like, really, really, seriously, just hush it and let me make my own video. He's trying to help, but he does it the wrong time. He needs to wait until after I'm finished to point out what he thinks I should change, because I get easily distracted. And so if he corrects me while I'm making a video, I listen to him, I think about what he's saying, and then I come back and I'm like, what was I saying again? Where do I go from here? And so, not only that, for me, I'm still a little bit weirded out on making videos in front of a light. I've been doing this over a year, and I still just, it's still weird. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Alliant really doesn't like being recorded. And so I feel weird. Like, I feel like he's judging me for recording. And of course, he had a lot of the same questions that I'm actually being asked. Now, of course, I've already explained things to him, and he's a guy, so he's like, okay, whatever. So like, trying to do that video in front of him, I'm just, and not only that, and not only that, he works a lot. Like, you guys, he works a lot. And it's getting to be really warmer weather, hotter weather, and not only that, we've had a lot of rain. Like, this has been a very, very rainy year. Like, it is horrible. We've had a lot of, like, storms that have lasted, like, 3 and 4 days. And so we've got, like, this much water piled up outside the house. And so, with him being a mechanic, a lot more wrecks happen. And so this is getting to be the time of year to where it's when they get really busy. And, you know, he won't get home until like 8, 9 o'clock at night. And so, like, if I go ahead and do the groceries, then that means that we're going to sit here Saturday and not do anything. Well, that's our time to just sit here and just hang out together as a family. And for me, I don't really want to sit here and have to make a video and try to edit it and all of that stuff while my family's here. Like, I want us to spend what little time that we can get together as a family. And so, you know, so sometimes it's just, when Alliant's here, I try not to do really recording or being on my phone or the computer or stuff like that, just because I hardly ever get to see him. So I try to just spend as much time with him as possible. So I hope that makes sense. But like I said, I will try to do it tomorrow if we don't do the shopping. If we do the shopping, then unfortunately I probably will not get a chance to do it until next week, when I can make sure that I have time set aside for it to be quiet. And the main reason why, another reason why I wanted to do the camera is because I wanted to use the mic, which I want to use the mic because it will be easier for you guys to hear me. I don't have to yell or feel like I have to yell for y'all to hear me or understand me. It will just make it louder and sound better for you guys. But the downside of me using the mic with the GoPro is the fact the mic makes it get hot really quick. So I'm kind of battling in my brain as to whether or not I'm going to use the mic or not, because there's a possibility the camera's going to end up overheating. But also the other side to that is the fact of even if I don't use the mic, it still could end up overheating. And I'm going to be in the middle of my video and I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, really? So, I feel like I'm kind of like in a rock and a hard place. So, but I promise you, I've not forgotten about you. I'm reading your comments. I am, you know, I'm reading all your messages and like all of that stuff. Like, I'm reading everything. And I'm trying to get a time set aside to where I can answer all of the questions I've been asked. So, forgive me that it's not been done yet. I am trying to get there.
Mommy, I want to play with Lego box. No. I want to watch here. We can play with Lego box.
And with that being said, we got to figure this one out. So with that being said, we're off and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.